Hi, I'm working on like 3 or 4 videos this week, and I hope to get them all out, but I doubt that I will. It will probably be this and probably one other, maybe 2 other ones. So, I'm going to answer some questions today about, some of the things that I typically use and, what I look like, that kind of thing. Um, Here's a picture of me. This is on my other YouTube profile, so if you are a crafter and I follow you, that's what I look like. Um, Then you have this one of me and my son when he was 1, me and my son when he's 2, and because I don't like looking at pictures of me, just pictures of my son. No, he's not naked. He just looks like it. Um, and more pictures of my son. He's the reason why I do anything. So, I wanted to just show you some of the tools that I'm using when I do these videos to answer any questions that you might have. This will include the camera, the ball tools, the whatever, the clay, pastels, etc., etc. There is noise going on in the background. That is my son playing. I did not even bother to quiet him. So these are my ball tools. I have 5 that came in a set, and then the one at the end is just a regular ball tool that I ordered someplace else. The 2 toothbrushes that you see here, the ones I use for texturing, I use the green one, which is a regular adult toothbrush for, your big texturing, and then that little soft blue one is a baby toothbrush. So those are the only 2 toothbrushes I use. These are all the paintbrushes that I use, ordered all online on eBay. So these are my tweezers, my favorite X-Acto knife, and 2 needle tools. I use both needle tools. Sanders. I have an electric sander that I use for most things. It's actually a nail sander, and those are the attachments for it, as well as an emery board. That's all I use for sanding things. Typically, I use a bottle cap from a bottle of water. I drink a lot of water around the house to do my resin projects with. So I use the Easy Cast resin, and for putty, I use the Amazing Mold Putty. A lot of people like to know what kind of polymer clay I use. I use every kind, but mostly I'm fond of Fimo. I'm okay with Sculpey, and I like Primo, especially their translucent. I've also occasionally used that little off-store brand Craftsmart that they sell in Michael's, and I think I've seen it in Walmart once or twice. My chalk pastels are in a shambles. I will not open this box, but these are the chalk pastels I use. I do have some Rembrandts. I don't use those for clay projects at all, though. For paint, I prefer any kind of paint that comes in a container like this. I like the metallics. I love metallics, actually, so I don't do enough projects that have metallics in them, but they're really pretty, and I just like how shiny they are. In addition to that, any sort of brand, they're fairly inexpensive. I use tube paints, but not really for this stuff. This is for my other art. I know I'm terrible. I save all the expensive stuff for my other stuff, and I use the cheap stuff for my miniatures, but my miniatures are a hobby, and there's a difference. So I don't use anything expensive on my hobby if I could possibly avoid it. Um, these are my favorite silver and gold paints. The Martha Stewart silver looks pretty good, and the folk art metallic antique is okay. But I have some jewelry tutorials coming up, yay! So I'm got some leaf coming in very soon. So for glaze, I use Mod Podge in matte and shiny, and if I want a super shine, I use triple thick. Glue and other things, I use E6000, super glue, and then Dimensional Magic that you see here, which I don't like to use a lot of, but I do use it. For work items, I usually craft on a quarter piece of paper or a juice pop top like you see here. This is from the top of like apple juice or something like that. My son likes his juice, so I just use the frozen ones and I keep the top on them. Sometimes I use tea light candles and I keep those on hand. But if I don't use them for baking things on or in, I do use them in my miniatures very often if I need a quick aluminum. I use these clothing tags that I bought off of eBay to use for drinking straws. So I cut them if I need clear ones, and I paint them if I need colored ones. And I actually do make things to scale. So I use one of these little rulers that you see here. The website where I got this is down on this next frame. And it's just basically where I can convert things very easily from the size that I am looking at to the size that I want it to be. I store everything I make in little baggies like this. This is just a hobby. I don't sell these yet or anything else. Eventually I probably will put them on my Etsy shop, but not right now. My camera is a PowerShot SX, whatever this number is. It's the camera that I have for my eBay stuff, but I will eventually upgrade for a better camera for miniatures. I make and sell jewelry out of polymer clay. Like this was the up house, but I'm still making the house part, which is like a 1/4 of an inch, so it's really tiny. I'm new to clay embroidery, but I like it so far. So I make things like this. I do a lot of resin, jewelry. And Christmas time I do ornaments like this one. It's about 2.5 inches. So that means that I drop the miniatures inside and build it from there. So I build little things like this around Christmas. Sometimes I put miniature on jewelry and charms. And then sometimes I do big projects like this one that I did for the Patty Brisbane Foundation, that has a adult company. So just so you know, I do actually have adult themed items that I have in other videos, but you would have to message me to get that information because they're all private. I don't mind you watching them, but you have to message me before I give you the links for them. So anyway, so like this one was a project for the PBF, or the Patty Brisbane Foundation, that they gave away as an auction. It is a total of 14 inches tall by 8 inches long, and it's the mannequins with lingerie and all the other little adult themed things. So thank you very much for watching my videos and for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, please take a minute to do so. It really helps me to grow a little bit, and as my channel begins to grow, I will start doing bigger and better projects and a lot more giveaways. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you all. Bye.